Hello everybody, welcome back to a special episode of Will It Run on the SNES Classic? So far we've showcased a lot of arcade games to see if they will run on the Super Nintendo Classic, but I got a request from 8-Bit Gamers and Fu Truong, sorry if I said your name wrong, for BS Zelda. Now for those of you who don't know, BS Zelda was a Zelda game, as actually multiple Zelda games that came out in Japan on an add-on for their Super Nintendo system called a Satellaview, and it shot the game down directly into the Super Nintendo for you to play for a certain time during the day. It was actually a really neat idea that never came over here to the States, so that was the only way you can play it, through that Satellaview system. That's why the BS doesn't stand for, you know, what you think it might stand for. It stands for Broadcast Satellite Zelda. And there are actually multiple versions of Zelda available for that system. So we're going to take a look at those and if they can run on the SNES Classic. Them being close to Super Nintendo games, you would think they would run really well, so we're going to take a look. So there's a website you can go to. Just search for BS Zelda, and it's like bszelda.com, something like that. They have all the games available there. We're going to be looking at all the versions that are available that I saw on their site. So you're going to go to the site, download the games. I put them all in a nice little folder here, because this is everything they have to offer. The Map 1 and Map 2 games, those are the original Zelda that were broadcast from the satellite. So you got Zelda Map 1, and I'll show you all these. This episode might be a little long because I'm going to be going into each one of these games. We have Map 2, which was basically like a first quest, second quest kind of thing. The Map 1 has all, 8 dungeons, the boss, stuff like that. And Map 2 has all 8 dungeons, they're just in different parts. This Motzilla was actually a hack from a gentleman named Motzilla, I think, which is just a ROM with both Map 1 and 2, and it takes out some of the things I'll show you later. You'll see what it takes out. So we have the Map 1 and 2 Motzilla. Third and fourth quest, I'll explain what those are later. I don't know how I'm going to find box art for all these. We'll take a look though. Fourth quest, third quest, fourth quest. Last thing is this ancient stone tablets. And you can see here week 1, 2, 3, 4. That's because it would broadcast one episode a week. So it was kind of like you did it in pieces. You couldn't play the whole game in 1 week. You'd have to come in every week and play again. So let's add all 4 of those. There we go. So we have all our Zelda games. Now you'll notice that when you add these games, they actually show up as Super Nintendo box art, or the cartridge art, which means that it's being recognized as a Super Nintendo game. So that's good. But I can't remember which ones, but there are some that will not run with the native Super Nintendo emulator. So we're going to have to change those. So you have to install the SNES mod that came with Hakchi just by going to modules, install like some modules. SNES 9X is what you're going to look for. You hit OK. You're going to have to hold the reset button down while you hit the power button on your Super Nintendo. After a couple minutes, a bar will pop up. It'll start filling up green. Once that's done, this SNES 9X module will be installed to your SNES Classic, and you'll be able to play those Super Nintendo games that either were giving you trouble before that weren't compatible, or games like this, like these BS Zelda games. They will run perfectly fine on the SNES 9X module. So I'd like to download something for these, just so we can differentiate between everything. We're just going to go for the first one that pops up and see how well that works for us. There's a BS2, stone tablets. It's probably, who knows what's going to come up. Okay, we'll go for that one. I don't know if I'll have to show you all the stone tablets games, because they're just a continuation of each other. I might just show you the first one. Like I said, we want some box art here. And you can, I think the website has art itself that people have made for each game. So you can actually go to the website, download the box art, from there and just browse it from your system and use that instead of, you know, relying on, you know, the Google search. Let's see what we're going to get for Mozilla. Whatever that is, we'll go for it. Do it. Fourth quest. What do we got for fourth quest? Okay, I like that one. How about third quest? Tetris and Dr. Mario. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. So along with installing the module, getting the games on here, getting the box art, you still have to change the command line so it will start with the SNES module rather than the native SNES Classic emulator. So to do that, you see the /bin/clover-canoe blah 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 ROM. Get rid of all that, the clover up to the ROM part. And all you have to put in there is SNES. Now we're going to do that for the rest of these. I'll speed it up real quick so you're not waiting for me. Okay, that is all done. We have all our games set to run with the SNES 9X module there. And obviously you don't have to download all of these. If you just want to try one to see how it works, I'll explain what each of these games are in the next part once we head over to our Super Nintendo. So, modules installed, box art, Tetris Dr. Mario, perfect. And command line looks good. So you're going to synchronize with the SNES Classic, although they call it the SNES Mini. Whatever, you know, it's your system, call it what you want. We're all done here. I'm going to see you over at the Super Nintendo with all these fun BS Zelda games. Okay, so here we are with this BS Zelda goodness. Look at that, love it when those games just appear on the other side of the screen. Alright, so third quest, Map 1, Map 2, Mozilla Patch, Stone Tablets 1, 2, 3, and 4, fourth quest, and third quest. So, the BS Zelda Map 1, let's start with that one. This was the original broadcast that was sent to the Satellaview in Japan. This is straight how the game was played back then in apparently 1995. You were this little Japanese kid with a backwards hat and green hair. I guess this little Earthbound looking village was kind of how you went from game to game or something like that when you were in the Satellaview like hub world. You go to that place when you got the signal from the satellite saying, hey, Zelda's ready. Apparently this little mage guy is telling the bad guys to get the Triforce and they'll get a prize. Oh, what are we doing? And obviously this was translated into English by, you know, people here. Well, I say people, you know, because this never came out in English. So we have, I don't want to say amateur, because I'm sure these people are really good at what they do. But it's unofficial, I guess I should say. There we go. An unofficial translation, but it's still good. I mean, alright. So, BS Zelda. I'm Princess Zelda, been trapped in a dungeon by evil power. Hero, hurry and rise. Hyrule. Hyrule is in danger. Okay, so there I am. I already made a game. We're going to delete that game, though. Oh, we have to register. Excuse me. Now you get to choose between a male and female if you hit the select button. So you can choose the male Japanese boy or the female Japanese girl, as opposed to the male Japanese girl and the female Japanese boy. I don't even know what that means. So we're going to be the boy because. Let's put in our name. Pedro? No, that's not right. Okay, so we are Patton. Yes, we are done here. Patton. It's going to go through the skin, but we've already seen it, so we don't need to review all this one more time. Welcome, hero. The people of this land have been waiting for your arrival. Ah, don't be surprised. I knew you'd be guided here by the stars. Now then, hero, gather the pieces of the Triforce that were snatched away and bring down the evil King Ganon. I shall send power to you from here, but pay heed. This world exists only for a predetermined time. When the moment comes, like a dream, it will vanish. To begin, seek the evil king's dungeons, said to lie somewhere within this land. Hurry, hero. Take this sword. Okay, and then you get started. Still have no control yet. This is not me. He's doing this all on his own. The classic is dangerous to go alone. Take this. So I guess the guy who was talking just now is this guy. And as you can see, this is like an upgraded graphics Legends of Zelda. You know, everything looks real nice. It sounds good. Music has been remastered. You can tell the map up in the top left there is significantly reduced. I think it's 8x8, and it used to be 16x8 on the Nintendo. Something like that. So if you hit start, you have your menu, your Triforce pieces, and your items. If you hit select, which is I love this. I didn't know, these ROMs have been out for a long time, but I've never actually sat and had an experience with them. When you hit select, this week's objective, like I said, you get a weekly episode. So for the week, they want you to try and find the first 2 Triforce pieces, the boomerang, the bombs, a bow and arrow, and some magic potion. And your bomb holder bag should be at 8 bombs. That is so cool because you can tell they really put some, you know, thought into that. Because people only want to play an hour. As a matter of fact, you see that Zelda time up there in the top right? It started at 7 minutes because people assume that's how long it took to download the game to your system. So that leaves you with 53 minutes to finish this episode. So you have to play for an hour at a time until you re-download the game next week. So you get 57 minutes, or excuse me, 53 minutes to get these items. Now, if you're familiar with the game, that shouldn't be too hard, but, you know. The timer also does other things, which we will see in a couple minutes. There's events that happen during different times of the game. But like that huge speech at the beginning of the game, the land is only here temporary, blah, blah, blah. That's what he means, is that you only get to play for an hour each week. So we'll keep playing until we get to that 10-minute mark. We'll see some fun stuff. Oh, we obviously can't afford any of this, so goodbye. Enemies also respawn after every screen transition. They come back every time. And again, I think that's because, you know, you only have so much time to play. If the enemies didn't come back, how are you going to earn enough money for everything? And, you know, low on life, stuff like that. So if you're a Zelda fan, you definitely need to check this out. Actually caught myself playing this for a bit. Oh, here we go. See, 10 minutes. This is what I mean by the events. Where are you, hero? Above the ground or within a dungeon, the evil king's minions will assail you. With your current strength, the battle must be trying. Your sword will be granted power for a brief while. Bombs can break cliffs and walls, especially statues embedded in them, and there are blocks you can move. I'm now perusing a sealed forbidden tome. Soon I'll try using a spell from the chapter of lightning. As far as I can tell, you can't skip this, so you just have to kind of wait for it to go. I was told in the original broadcast this was spoken dialogue. As you played the game, somebody would be saying this to you, you know, some Japanese man. And now with this event, even if we're not at full life, we still keep our beam sword. So that's pretty cool. So there's those kind of events. There's events where the monsters will drop more money than usual. There's times where, you know, you'll lose the beam sword. Different things. Very neat idea. Like I said, the gameplay is exactly like the original Legend of Zelda. Updated graphics, music, those little, you know, the timer, the weekly goals. So that's basically how maps 1 and 2 work. Let me get out of here real quick. Get to map 2 just to show you it's a different map. It plays exactly the same. It even starts up the same. Saint Giga was the satellite team behind the game. That's why you see Nintendo and Saint Giga, because that's who the company that they had the satellite system with. Same thing. This is just, you know, I guess after the first 4 weeks, and you can already tell this map is what's going on here. Now I do remember when I first tried playing this game, I saw the multiple versions and I didn't know what they were. So I checked this download and I had this map with the timer. There was another one I downloaded. Where's the timer? Different map. What's going on? So hopefully this will help clear up some of that stuff. So like I said, this is the same thing as Map 1, but different map layout. Same basic thing, you hit select, same objectives, everything's pretty much the same, just another map for you to play. Okay, so let me check, where is it? Mozilla patch. What the Mozilla patch does, if I read it correctly. He changed the title screen so you don't have that word Satellaview thing. It's normal. Let's delete this, maybe. Okay, there it goes. He gives you link to choose from, so you don't have to be the Japanese boy or girl. You enter your name. You get to select your map, which is kind of cool. You have both maps in one ROM. We can do map 2. You still have the Zelda timer. But one of the differences is that you don't get the... when an event happens, you don't get that box that pops up that explains everything. It just, you get whatever power-up you get. I've also been told that, I don't know if it will work on the SNES Classic, it might. I didn't give it a shot. But someone actually made an English dub for these, for when those events happen. So an English voice will come up and say whatever's in that dialogue box. I haven't tested that or looked into that at all because I don't know how big those files are, if they'll fit on the SNES Classic. But that's something I will look into in the future, and if I do end up messing with it and I get it to work, then I can do another video on it to show you guys how well it is. So I'm just trying to get to 10 minutes again. As you see, this map is completely... It's not even the second quest, it's totally different. Alright, we got the letter for the old woman. See if we can get some bombs from this blue Octorok. We did. Sweet. Oh, forgot to mention, because this is on the Super Nintendo, sweet, more bombs, you can use the L and R buttons to cycle through your B button items. Also nice, so you don't have to keep going back and forth to the menu, you can just cycle it through. So we still have our week's objective, we got the bombs, we got our letter. That looks like we should be able to bomb it. Let's give it a shot. And we did. Perfect. We found level 2. Okay. Forget level 1. We don't need level 1. We are at level 2. Sir or madam? Throw boomerangs at my face. You're lucky that Shock Troopers guy's in here. He's got a boomerang for you. Nasty boomerang. Oh, and I get a boomerang. Awesome. Ooh. That's... Or Keys, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. Zelda fans, Keys. The Keys are coming at me. So the graphics actually look really nice to me for Super Nintendo standards. They're not too much, you know, they don't try and be crazy. Nice looking, and there we go, 10 minutes. So as you noticed, the box never popped up, but we got our super sword. So those are the first 3 Zeldas. The Map 1, Map 2, and the Mozilla patch. 3rd and 4th quest. These I won't even really have to get into. 3rd and 4th quest are not remakes. 3rd quest is Map 1 without the timer. So basically, you can play the Satellaview version of The Legend of Zelda as you did the original, without any kind of progress interruption, anything like that. Because let me show you something real quick I didn't show you on the original. Say you met your quota for the week, you got your Triforce pieces and everything like that. To prevent you from going any further, oh, and I guess you get to choose from Link as well, which is nice. So to prevent you from going any further, you would have blockades like this. There's no way to get past these bushes. You had no access to a candle for that first week. See, nothing here. So the candle won't appear until you get that second Triforce piece. You go into this store, or maybe another store, I don't know. When I tested it, it was this store. Then the candle appeared. So you got your Triforce pieces. And so that's how you progress. There's no open world as much as it was before, which some people might like. You won't get stuck as bad as you did on the original, because the original did not help you whatsoever. You were on your own. There you go. There were some hints towards things, but I mean, that was a cryptic game. I love it, don't get me wrong. The first Legend of Zelda, that was back when I used to speedrun games. That was my game of choice. So, and as you can see, fourth quest, no timer. Just that second map that they released, no timer, and again, progress is by Triforce pieces collected. So the last game are these ancient stone tablets. So let's take a look at this. $19.95 also. Looks a little different than before. Kind of looks like the, oh, yeah. A new adventure has begun in Hyrule. That looks like Sahasrara or something. So 6 years ago, the hero Link threw down the king of evil Ganon. Since then, the land of Hyrule has basked in a time of peace. But then, a mysterious bee appears out of this crystal ball and it's laughing at us. Somebody's not happy, but then somebody is happy. Pink is not happy, red is happy. Each night I've dreamt of the same dream, the black shadow over that vast temple. Why does it haunt my memories? No, I can only hope that nothing terrible will happen. I don't know who's talking, maybe me? In her dreams, the princess sensed a new danger. Then that day... I think I hit a button to skip this. Yeah, we're gonna skip over this. You can see how the intro works and everything like that on your own. So, choose between a boy and a girl. Let's get started. So we got a link to the past going here. So you've awakened, young child, from another world. You were wrapped in a mysterious light which brought you here, although I don't know what it was. Already you can see at the bottom of the screen, this land is being taken over by monsters. Some person named Agana is saying that. And again, just like in the original, that would be spoken dialogue to you as you played the game. So this guy's talking about your map. We get an XL bag, which is the big bag. You can carry an assortment of items. Very practical. This will help you carry anything that you find on your journey. Be careful as you go. If there's something you don't understand, come back. I'll give you some good advice. So this plays just like Link to the Past. Get the start button. We get some items already from our bag. We got a golden bee. Lantern. If you hit the R button, this is your explanation of items. So see at the bottom you got the explanation, what the buttons do. If you hit select, or excuse me, maybe we need to be outside, let's find out. Oh, that's what it was. You have to hit start and then L, and once again you have the week's goals. So you're looking for the bow and arrow, boomerang, bombs, the boots, the flippers, sword, shield, 2 tablets. So instead of Triforce pieces, we're looking for tablets. So once again, if you hit start, you hit L or R apparently, it'll take you to the goal screen. So that's really cool. I like the goal idea is really cool. So we have no sword yet. And this was telling us to go east, probably to the Eastern Palace. If we hit X, it'll give us a map. Well, I guess we're kind of limited on where we can go. So yeah, Eastern Palace. The guy's saying at the bottom he gave us a golden bee. It attacks monsters, but it doesn't like the glint of swords and flees from anybody who has one. So I'm assuming that includes us. Or maybe soldiers if we come up to any soldiers. So let's check out this first place. Got the thing. Listen carefully. It's easy to break down walls that look crumbled. Just use a bomb. Use those bombs, boys and girls. Okay, got a couple little wormy dudes. Got some arrows. Still have no sword. We got a key. Gather these rupees up. You can see we can gather a lot more rupees than the original. See what's going on in here. More little guys. But we don't have to kill all of them this time. Because we have a key. Goodbye. What's in here? It's our sword. Level 1 sword. Push the B button. Use it. Hold it down to build up power. Alright, same attacks. What do we got going over here? Use an item to open a path through the fragile part of the left wall. Oh, the little trick, if you didn't know this from Link to the Past, is you can tell what walls were bombable. You hear that kind of tink? It's, you know, a different sound. So you can bomb that wall right there and find out, you know, or you can get past it. More keys. More arrows. Some bombs. Alright. There's our map screen. Apparently, Sarashlaha, or whatever his name is, has a fortune teller with him who tells our fortune. So what's our fortune today? Or at this hour? You still got the timer, by the way. I see a shadows of fairies near you, so I guess at the 110 mark, we get some fairies. Very cool. What do we got in here? Oh, here's the map. Perfect. So as you can see, the bombable walls are on here. So you don't have to test everything out. It tells you exactly what walls you can bomb through. Agna says, did you hear that? Fairies have appeared. Yes, they did. I got one fairy. Thank you. So I guess instead of having that big square block appear, anything that's being said is on the bottom, which is cool. So let's get our bombs out. Wrong button. There we go. Not the B. Not the B. The bombs. Perfect. Let's blow this bad boy up. There we go. And, of course, our shield. We can block arrows and some projectiles. Okay. So, I know there is some way to do this. Again, I haven't tested these out fully, where you can use your progress from this one to the next one. It has something to do with taking the save file, renaming it, like AST2, whatever, you know, blah blah blah, AS2.save or something. Again, I haven't done that yet, so I don't know how good that works with the SNES Classic. I know it works with your regular emulator. So, but say you didn't transfer your save over, okay? We can't do that for some reason. Just say we can't do that. There's a failsafe for that, which is actually really cool. Say you didn't play the first week or the first episode. You go into the second week, and you start from a new area, and he'll tell you, search for the third stone tablet as soon as possible. If you want to see the location on your map, hit X when you go outside. So, you'll start with some things right away. We have our sword, and it looks like we have 2 tablets already, and we haven't even played this game yet. It starts with the first 2 tablets. We do have the ocarina, which I'll use real quick. What they have you do when you first start the new episodes, if you haven't done anything, you go to these 1, 2, 3 areas, and you talk to these thief-looking guys, and they'll give you big bags. Let me show you, see if we can get one of them to give us our stuff. might have done this part already. How about number 3? Oh, and some of the items have changed too. I forgot to tell you that. You can do this with the dash boots. Instead of just going in one direction, you get to keep going. So anyway, after you go to 1, 2, 3, those thief guys will give you another XL bag with all your stuff from the previous episode in it, so you don't have to try and do everything. And you'll notice the timer says 207 for being on episode 2. So let's go to the 3rd one. Maybe the 3rd one will work. Or even the 4th. I don't remember if because the game actually automatically saves as well, I think. So when I was testing these, it might have saved my progress for me already after I gathered all those items. So let's take a look. Ancient stone tablets. Got a lot of hearts, so let's see. I don't see anything new, so I may be able to show this to you. Oh, we have a nice shield too. Look at that. Let's go to 1. Anything for me? There we go. You should move on to other places. Someone else might have something for you. Try hard to find them. Okay. So that's what happens when you already have collected the items here from these guys. Let's try 5. Maybe we haven't gotten to 5 yet. Ooh. No, this is where we're supposed to start. I do like the different layouts of the maps. And how it's a brand new Zelda instead of... Is this a dungeon? Oh, it's a dungeon. Well then. So anyway. Those are the BS Zelda games. You can play them on the SNES Classic, and you can actually get to pick which ones you want to play. If you want to do the originals, go for the Map 1 and 2. If you want a little difference with your character, and you want to play the game without being interrupted by a big square on the screen telling you about power-ups, do the Mozilla patch. If you just want to play the maps 1 and 2 without the timer and all that extra stuff, 3rd and 4th quest are what you're looking for. And then you have the Ancient Stone Tablets, which is a brand new Zelda game with all the same items and some of the same characters from the first Link to the Past game. So, thank you again for 8-Bit Games and Futrong for requesting this game. If you guys have any requests that you want me to take a look at, it doesn't have to be arcade. See here, it can be anything you want, as long as the SNES Classic, has a space for it. Because if you're gonna say, well, PS2 game, PS1 game, those won't even fit on the SNES Classic. So, within reason, go ahead and request whatever you like, and I'll take a look at it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. So if you guys want to get in touch with me outside of the YouTube comments, you can feel free to follow my Twitter at PattonPlays, or if you have any questions, you can email me at my Gmail account, PattonPlaysGames@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time.